Hello, everyone. The prompt asks whether there's been a time in my life when I have tried to live by my principles and how that compares to the utopian experiment at the Fruitlands. For me, the moment came while working in early childhood education. That's my current job. I've been working there for 3 years. I'm a pre-K teacher, which means I get to hang out with 4-year-olds every single day. Teaching depends on qualities that people traditionally label as quote-unquote feminine. Things like patience and empathy and nurturing and putting others first, especially children. And I have all these principles. I value them and I love all of those parts of my job. I love my students. I love helping them grow. I've always cared deeply about giving them a safe and supportive classroom. And because of that, I stay late. I work unpaid hours. I deal with mean and angry parents. And I even handle workplace injuries. And yes, I mean fighting the 4-year-olds. Because I thought that's what a dedicated teacher should do. Because these principles that I have led me to believe that I should put this amount of effort in. But the strange part is that the same principles that we are praised for having are the ones used to overwork us and to guilt us. If you give everything, and I mean everything to this job, people assume that you can give more. And if you ask for help or set reasonable boundaries, it's treated like you're somehow letting the kids down or giving up on them. Care becomes a principle that is a double-edged sword. We value it, we need it, but the system uses that value against us. And in a field mostly made up of women, in most care fields that are made up of women, we see that pattern everywhere. We're overworked, underpaid, and told because we care for the kids that these are things that we should put up with. But it's okay because we get these really cool drawings out of it. Alcott's line about the failure of an ideal being harder for the world to forgive captured something I see firsthand every single day. Trying to live up to the ideal and the principles that come with being the perfect pre-K teacher often feels impossible. It's like I'm trying to be Miss Honey from Matilda. There's a pressure to meet every single need and absorb every single stress and never show you're human. Don't cry in class. And eventually, when you burn out, and yes, you will burn out, or you just simply can't meet every expectation, people will judge that failure so much more harshly than they ever acknowledge the effort that you put into the job in the first place. This connects a lot to the Fruitlands. Alcott writes that to live for one's principles at all costs is a dangerous speculation. And I get it. The utopians believed in their ideals deeply. But ideals can't survive when the people living them are exhausted and unsupported and overworked and underpaid. The community collapsed not because the principles were bad, but because the labor behind them was unsustainable. Which sounds like my job. Don't tell my boss. My experience obviously wasn't that dramatic, but it has taught me something very similar. I have 2 principles that keep clashing into each other. I care deeply for children. I care deeply about my job. I care deeply about doing a good job, but I also have self-respect, and I deserve a workplace where I am respected and supported and able to grow. When those values collided, I finally understood what Alcott was saying. Good intentions can only go so far. Without support or structure or balance, even the most humane or well-intentioned ideals and principles will start to fall apart. Anyways, that was my take. Thank you.